Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to all of you. In the last lecture, we learned about what is a measurement, what is a unit, what are the types of physical quantities we have. We learned about fundamental quantities and derived quantities. What are the system of units? We learned about CGS system, MKS system, FPS system, and SI system of units. Then we did one example as to how to convert one unit to another unit. So we learned about all these basic topics in the previous lecture. In today's lecture, we will learn about measurement of length, measurement of time, measurement of mass, then we will learn about the errors in measurement. And with this topic, we will learn about accuracy and precision. So let us start with the measurement of length. How length is measured? What are the methods which are there in the literature which are used to measure the length? Let us move on to the next. Let us move on to the next topic: measurement of length. Measurement of length is done with the usage of two methods. One is direct method, another is indirect method. Direct method is something which is used to measure length by using instruments like vernier caliper, meter scale, screw gauge, spherometer. Vernier caliper measures length of range 0.0001 meter. Meter scale is used to measure length from 0.001 to 100 meter. Spherometer is also used to measure very lower length scale up to 0.001 meter. So these are the lengths which can be measured with the usage of these instruments. Now comes the question that how can you measure the distance from moon to earth, from sun to moon? What about the astronomical distances which are there? So we cannot measure those distances with the usage of any instrument. We cannot do that because that is impractical. So to measure large astronomical distances, we use indirect methods. And one of the very famous indirect method is parallax method. Right. We will do one example based on that. So first of all, let us understand the theory of parallax method. Let us move on to the next topic: measurement of length using indirect method, which is parallax method. Let's move on to the next topic: parallax method. Now what is parallax? So we all would have observed or seen that when you watch this pen by closing your left eye, and when you watch the same pen by closing your right eye, you see that this pen has shifted its position. So this shift in the position of this pen is called a parallax, right? So this same concept is used to measure the large astronomical distances. Now let us move on to the theory and dig deeper. Suppose this is a moon, right? And this is the surface of Earth. And these two are the observatories, we can say. When you observe this moon, and this is Earth, when you observe this moon from this observatory, you have this line of sight. And when you observe the same moon from this observatory, you have this line of sight, right? Let us make it straight. And these two observatories are very far from each other, so definitely we can assume it to be a straight line. So these two observatories, they make an angle of theta here, right? And let us assume that the distance between these two observatories is b, and the distance which we want to measure is d. This distance is from between moon and Earth. So if we assume this as the center, and if we assume this as the radius, then we can definitely draw a circle of radius d, right? It will be a big circle, and this d is much greater than b, which can be understood here. This b is much less than d, right? So if we assume this moon as that center and this d as the radius, we can draw a big circle of radius d. So when we draw, we can assume that this line to be arc of that circle. Now if this is the arc of circle, then we know that theta is equals to b by d, right? Now, which implies d equals to b by theta. So this d can be calculated by the known value of b, since we can determine the distance between the two observatories on the Earth, and we can determine this angle from these two, observatory 1 and observatory 2. So if we know that, if we know these two values, we can definitely determine this d, the distance between moon and Earth. Now we have to keep in mind this theta will be in radian, right? It has a unit of radian. So in this way, by using this parallax method, we can find a distance between two heavenly bodies which are very far from each other. So this is an indirect method. Now we will solve one question based on the parallax method to have more clarity, right? So let us do a numerical problem based on the parallax method. So here we have a problem. The parallax of a heavenly body measured from 2 points diametrically opposite on the equator of Earth is 1 minute. If the radius of Earth is 6400 km, find the distance of the heavenly body from the center of the Earth in AU. AU is astronomical unit. So what is given here? Heavenly body is given. Let us assume this as to be the Earth. This is the diameter of Earth, and these are the two positions. Let us call it as A and B. These are the two diametrically opposite points on the Earth, or locations on the Earth, and this is the parallax which is given. 1 minute. And let us assume this has to be the center of Earth and R be the radius of Earth. And this distance D from this moon, let us call it as moon. Any heavenly body is given, we can assume that it to be any planet or any satellite. So this D, as we understood that D is equals to B by theta from the previous topic, from the theory. And B is equals to 2 into R. R is my radius. Okay. Now what I have to do, I have to convert this 1 minute in radian. How will I do that? Since we know that 1 degree is equals to 60 minutes, which implies 1 minute is equals to 1 by 60 degree, right? Also we know that pi radians is equals to 180 degree, right? How did we arrive that pi is 180 degree, pi radians? Since we know that from the quadrant 0, pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2 and 2 pi, right? This 2 pi equals to 360 degree, right? Which implies pi equals to 180 degree, which implies 1 degree equals to pi by 180 radian. Now we will put this value here and we will get 1 minute equals to 1 by 60 degree into pi by 180. So this whole value is now in radian. Now what we will do, we will put this value in this relation and we will calculate D. So we have B equals to 2 into 6400 kilometer. You can convert it in meter. And this B and theta equals to 1 by 60 into pi by 180. I am not calculating the whole value. I will leave it up to you. So by using this, we will get some value which will be in meter. Now, what is asked in the question? They have asked to find in AU. Now here it is given that 1 AU equals to 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 meter. So what we will do, we will divide this magnitude with its value 1.5 into 10 to the power 11 and we will get the value in AU, which is astronomical unit. So this was the concept to find a distance between Earth and Moon with the usage of parallax method. This method is very beneficial and very fundamental. Let us do another problem based on the parallax method. Let's solve another problem based on the parallax method. The problem states that the angle subtended by Moon at a point on the Earth is 0 degree 31 minute. If the distance of the Moon from the Earth is this much, find the diameter of the Moon. Now let us assume that this be a moon, right? And this moon, and this is the surface of Earth, right? And let us assume that this to be a fixed point at which this moon is subtending and this is the center of moon and this is the AB, the diameter, right? Now what is given here? This distance is given. The distance between moon and Earth, this d is given. What we have to find? We have to find this diameter, right? So what we can apply here? This theta will be equals to b by d. If we assume it as to be length of arc, what we have to find? We have to find b, right? So b will be equals to d into theta, right? D is given to us 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter, and theta is given to us 31 minutes. So what is 31 minute? How will write it in radian? 31 minute equals to 1 by 60 degree, and this will be equals to pi by 180, right? So by calculating this much, we will get a value of b in meter, and that b will be the diameter of moon. This is simple, the calculation can be done and you can find a value. So the concept is this. So parallax method is used to find the distance between two heavenly bodies and the diameter of those heavenly bodies. By using this, we can find the diameter of moon, we can find the diameter of the Earth. So this method is very beneficial. I hope it is clear to all of you. Let us move on to a new topic, measurement of mass. Mass is defined as a quantity of matter contained in a body. We have very lighter particles like atoms, and we have very heavy particles like Earth, Sun, heavenly bodies, which have a very huge masses. So the atomic scale masses are calculated using mass spectrograph. This mass spectrograph is used to measure the mass of electron, protons, neutrons, very atomic scale particles. Similarly, the common weighing balance, which we usually found in the grocery shops, they used to measure the mass of the normal objects, 5 kg, 10 kg, 50 kg, up to that scale, right? Then comes astronomical masses. What is the mass of Earth? What is the mass of Sun? What is the mass of Moon? Those masses are calculated by gravitational methods. These methods we will learn in the chapter gravitation. This is just for the introductory purpose. Let us move on to the next topic, measurement of time. We will not spend much time on these topics because these are very small topics. So let us review them quickly. Time is measured with the usage of clocks. The most precise and accurate clock is atomic clock. It uses cesium and the property of the electromagnetic wave to calculate the time. Time ranges from 10 to the power minus 24 to 10 to the power 30. This is the life of the most unstable particle in the universe, and this is age of the universe. So time also has a big range. So thank you so much for watching. In the next lecture, we will learn about accuracy and precision of instruments and the errors in instrument, and we will do some calculations on those. Thank you.